You are listening to the Self-Trust Solution Podcast with Dawn Leday, episode number 63. Welcome back. Today we're diving into a topic that gets a lot of attention in our world of helping high achievers reach their business goals, and that is follow through. So if you've ever struggled to turn your business goals into reality, or found yourself stuck in a cycle of procrastination, this episode is for you. We'll take a look at the 5 most common pitfalls to goal follow through, why these common but dangerous pitfalls are problematic, what to do to overcome them or even get ahead of them, and how to set yourself up for both success and satisfaction. No matter where you lie in your level of self-trust, there are 5 self-trust secrets you can start practicing to create more goal success. Get your free download today and learn the 5 simple secrets for harnessing self-trust to supercharge your goal success. Say goodbye to self-doubt and confusion and discover the keys to reigniting your passion for your goals. Grab your copy now at theselftrustcoach.com/5 secrets. Welcome back. I am thrilled to talk with you today about follow through because we need to shine a light on some common, simple pitfalls to follow through. Those sneaky obstacles that can derail even the most desirable goal, even the goal that you want so much. And you're just wondering, why am I not following through on this when it's something that's so important to me? So if you're ready to learn how to navigate these pitfalls, to identify them and then navigate them to make real progress, then stick around. Let's get started. So picture this, you've got a brilliant idea, this goal that you're excited to pursue. Maybe it's a revenue goal, or maybe it's a client goal, or a profitability goal, or a cash flow goal. You can clearly see it in your mind's eye, the steps you need to take, maybe even some obstacles you might encounter, and then the ultimate outcome. But there's just one problem. It's all stuck up here, swirling around in your head like a whirlwind of thoughts and ideas. Sound familiar? If so, you're not alone. One of the most common pitfalls in follow through is failing to get your ideas and your plan out onto paper. Now, it could be actual paper if you want, or it could be notes in a computer, or it's just important to get them out of your head. When we keep everything locked up in our minds, it's easy to become overwhelmed or forget important details, or to not see past what is immediately in your thoughts. In other words, if you get it out and you can see the congruency or any incongruencies, it's so much clearer. It creates this roadmap for success, and it frees up mental space for more important tasks like actually following through on these plans. So that is the first most common pitfall, is not getting it clearly out of your head and mapping it out in a way that creates more clarity for you. So get it out of your head. If you have something that you want to do right now, press pause and do it. I suggest just getting it all out. So, all right, you've written down your goals and you made a plan of action. Now what? Well, if you're serious about following through, it's time to put those plans into action by scheduling them into your calendar. You see, one of the biggest pitfalls in follow through is failing to allocate time for your goals and commitments. It's easy to get caught up in the busyness of work and let the goals fall by the wayside. But by scheduling dedicated time for your tasks and appointments, for what you need to delegate, what you need to actually take action on, what you need to learn about, like creating even the time if you need to learn something, scheduling that time to learn it before moving into doing. For instance, if you are working on starting to use advertising of some sort, Facebook ads, for instance, and you're not sure about that, you need to allocate time to learn about Facebook ads or to research hiring someone to do them for you. And you want to put all of that in your schedule because this is how you stay on track and make steady progress towards your goals. You're putting in blocks of time with actual results you want to create into your calendar. So grab your calendar and start blocking out time for your goals. You'll be amazed at how much more you can accomplish when you make follow through a priority. Now, there is the age-old trap of assuming that motivation will magically appear when the time comes to take action. So you have it in your calendar. Maybe you do schedule time for all the little pieces of your goal. But how many times have you put off a task or procrastinated on a goal because you didn't feel like doing it in the moment? If you're anything like me, the answer is probably too many to count. But here's the thing. Relying on motivation to carry you through is a recipe for disaster. Motivation is amazing, but it's also not reliable. It's not always just going to show up when you need it most, right? It is, we can create motivation for ourselves, but it's not always easily available. And we don't want to hold our goals and our follow through on our goals hostage for when we feel like it. So instead of waiting for motivation to strike, try adopting a more disciplined approach to follow through. Commit to taking action, even when you don't feel like it. And watch as your motivation actually follows suit. Remember, it's not about waiting for the perfect moment. It's about creating the perfect moments through consistent action. It's creating accomplishment and forward momentum through consistent action. So raise your hand if you've ever been derailed from your goals by unexpected distractions or interruptions. Yeah, I can imagine a lot of hands going up. Mine's up too. The truth is, life is full of distractions, whether it's urgent calls, emails, or that quote unquote something better popping up at the last minute. There's always something vying for our attention. But here's the thing. Successful follow through isn't about avoiding distractions altogether. It's about learning how to navigate them with grace and resilience. So instead of assuming that there will be no distractions, actually anticipate them, prepare for them, have a plan in place for how you'll handle them when they arise. By staying flexible and adaptable, you can ensure that nothing stands in the way of your goals. Now, last but certainly not least, let's talk about the importance of directing your inner dialogue. You see, the way we talk to ourselves, our inner thoughts and beliefs have a powerful influence on our behaviors and actions. So if you're constantly berating yourself or doubting your abilities or bringing up evidence of other times where you didn't follow through, it's going to be much harder to follow through on your goals. But by cultivating a positive and empowering inner dialogue, you can actually boost your confidence. You can boost motivation and resilience in the face of obstacles. And how we do that is by looking at what are those thoughts that are coming up throughout our time of going to work on our goals. Are we hearing this mean voice? If so, we want to reframe that conversation. We want to make it more of a united front towards your goals. So take a moment to reflect on your inner dialogue. Are your thoughts helping or hindering your progress? If they're not serving you, there is a way to make a change. You can replace that tone that you hear in that voice, and you can open up the conversation. It doesn't have to be this one-sided dialogue. And watch as your ability to follow through skyrockets as you create this united front of an open, safe space, even when there are doubts or fears. So I hope that you've gained some valuable insights into some of these common pitfalls of follow through and how you can overcome them to make real progress on your goals. Follow through is not always easy, but it is always worth it. And by recognizing and avoiding these common pitfalls, you can set yourself up for success and satisfaction along the way. So, what will you take away from today's episode? My goal is for you to avoid these common pitfalls and arm yourself with satisfying follow through practices that serve both you and your goals. Recognize the pitfalls showing up in your goal progress. Implement strategies that set you up for success, getting the steps out of your head into your calendar, honoring your calendar, making decisions ahead of time, and honoring them by inviting open dialogue regarding any thoughts about changing those decisions you made ahead of time. And if you want to know how to master your inner dialogue, you can join me for a live masterclass on Tuesday, April 16th at 3 p.m. Central Standard Time. You can register for free via the link in the show notes or at theselftrustcoach.com/self-talk. And if you're listening to this after the fact, reach out for access to the recording. I would love for you to have access to this mastering your inner dialogue. It is such a key to follow through. Look, you know what to do. You are a high achiever. You know exactly what to do, but sometimes in those moments, we have some inner dialogue that tells us we don't want to do it, or we shouldn't do it, or we can't do it. And opening this dialogue into a way that supports you and creates a unified front towards your goal success is a beautiful way to make that happen. Thank you for joining me today on the Self-Trust Solution Podcast. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to leave a review. This helps me reach new listeners, continue to create content, and brings me so much joy in my mission to help you create self-trust fueled goal success. Join us next week for episode number 64. Thanks for tuning in and have a trust-filled week. Are you ready to achieve your goals without the pain of doubt, fear, and worry? Join the Self-Trust Lab, where we're re-engineering your self-trust for massive achievement. Don't miss out on this exciting new way to achieve your goals. Your best self is yet to come. Join us at theselftrustcoach.com/the Self-Trust Lab. See you inside.